everyone joining us for the very first time. Thank you to all our new subscribers. I salute to all our returning subscribers. I would like to say thank you. Thank you to every one of you for making it happen for us. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. Hit the subscribe button and keep watching our program. So today we're going to be looking at an interesting topic. It's actually someone that wrote to us seeking for advice, and he said, "Help! My wife is not enough for me. Should I go after prostitute to make up for the fact that she's not enough for me, or I should start maybe having side chicks or going after other women? What do you think?" Now, this man reached out to us. He's married. He has a wife, but according to him, he keeps saying, "Oh, my wife is not enough for me." When it comes to intercourse, she doesn't. He feels that she's not enough for him sexually. I mean, even though the woman is trying her own best to meet up or to catch up with him or to meet up with his demands, he just thinks that he just feels that, oh, whatever it is she's doing is not enough. Sorry about that, I'm increasing the volume. So she just feels whatever she's doing is not, meeting his own sexual needs. So he's asking, should he start going after prostitutes? So, young man, I know you may be watching this, and there are other people out there also watching this, and they are asking similar question. As a man who is married, you feel that you are not having enough at home with your wife, and you are beginning to entertain the thought of going after prostitute. It's good for you to know the implication of what you are about to do, so that that will help to guide your decision whether you should go after prostitute or you should settle down and settle things with your wife, or you should look for another alternative. Now, I want you to know that a woman that you married, that you once professed love to, that both of you fell in love with each other and things were rosy, things were good between you two, cannot just suddenly develop cold feet towards you. I mean, she can't just suddenly say, "Oh, I don't want to give this man sex anymore." See, for her to get to that point whereby she's denying you sex, or she's avoiding you sexually, or she's not meeting up with your sexual urges, it's possible that there are things you are equally doing that is making her developing cold feet. For example, some women will be like, "Oh, excuse me, it's not romantic when it comes like that for intercourse, no romance, no foreplay, nothing. He just wants to go in and come out, and only him get satisfied. Meanwhile, he will leave me there hanging on the bed." So we get this kind of complaint from the women. And another one will say, "Oh, he doesn't care about anything other than sex. All he's after is sex, sex, sex. He doesn't care about how I live in this house. He doesn't care about how our children live. He doesn't care about my business or my career, what I do. He doesn't care about me. The only time he cares is when he's looking for sex." Now, that is not good enough, for a man that claims to be a husband or the head of the home. You don't know how your family survives, but when it comes to benefit of marriage, you want to enjoy the benefits, but you don't want to be responsible or take responsibility, for the work that needs to be done also in that way. So, and some other women will be like, "Well, I feel that all he's thinking about all his life is sex, 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 sex. He doesn't think about any other thing." Oh, now I believe that men like that as well, who have a debased mind, all they think about is sex, sex, sex. Even on their phones, you will see pornography videos, you will see all sorts of things. Why? Because the things are preoccupied their mind is simply sexual matters. They don't think about other things that they can do to be productive. They don't think about what problems they can solve for their homes, for society, for wherever they find themselves in. They don't think of how to be useful or how to be most vital player wherever they find themselves. But when it comes to this sex matter, oh, they will get resources for it. They will get all manner of things on their phone, on their gadgets for it. And see, there is no way you'll be watching pornography that you won't. Your mind will not start thinking about all kinds of women. You know, when you see black, you look at it. When you see fair woman, you look at her. When you see the one that you know is flat, you look at them. The one on the big side, you look at them. Why? Because you've messed up your mind. You've messed up your mind, and that is what your mind is dwelling on. Now if you are now saying that your wife is not enough for you and you want to go, you know, outside after prostitute, I want you to know that when you go after prostitute, a lot of things are likely to happen when you take that route. Firstly, don't forget that these people are you know loose. They are out there for their own financial gain. So they may have slept with, they have slept with tons and tons of people of all sorts. You don't know the spirit that they carry. You don't know the sickness, diseases they carry. There is STD out there, and STDs, are real. And if you decide that you want to go after prostitute, what if you catch STDs? What if you come in contact with one who has you know a strange spirit or a familiar spirit or an unclean spirit, and you meet with them, and that begins to affect you, it begins to affect your life, begins to affect your progress, maybe begin to affect your business, begin to affect everything you are doing. Now, would you be happy to discover that your life is going down gradually just because of sex? Would you be happy about that? Now, I want you to know that another thing that may happen is that even though you are craving to satisfy your flesh or your body, I tell you, deep down in your soul, you will be unhappy with the fact that you are not doing something right, because that's not the right way to go. But because you are bent on satisfying the lust of your flesh, you just say, oh, I'm just going to overlook the fact that oh, it's a prostitute, and I'll just go answer the call of nature. I'll just go yield, to the cravings of my flesh. I want you to know that when you do that, your soul will be unhappy about that decision. And another thing is, we are spirit beyond this body. Your spirit man would also not be happy about it. Now, another thing is, see, a lot happen at those hotels and brothels, because when you go after a prostitute and police come there to invade the place, and maybe you are packed with them, or a fight breaks out and you happen to be shot or to be killed. Now, I want to believe that when you take that decision to go after prostitute, you are taking the decision to go risk your life. You are putting your life at risk. Now, it's safer for you to stay at home with that woman and trash things out with her. And that is why I believe so much in communication in marriage. See, I believe that if we have two reasonable adults in marriage, and I mean reasonable because some people can be very unreasonable. They can be very unreasonable. But if we have two reasonable adults in marriage, see, there is no issue that both of us cannot resolve. When we are reasonable, when you sit down and we communicate, and you let me know, okay, so why is it that you are doing this? What is bringing this about? Now, when we have that communication, then from that communication, you will be able to understand what the problems are. And when you know why, you will know how. When you know why she's behaving like that, when you know why it's not enough for you, then you will know how to go about solving the problem. For some men, their wife is not enough for them because they are not contented with what they have. For some other men, their wife is not enough for them because they don't know how to cultivate the woman that they have married. See, women are like flowers. They blossom when they are well catered for, when they are well cared for. See, money is not everything. Giving her peace of mind alone will make her blossom. So, see, I've been through a lot in life, and I know the difference when um, I know the difference when you see a woman that should be blossoming. She's looking emaciated, looking older than her age, and when she gets to a place of peace, of bliss, I tell you, she will naturally bloom. She will naturally bloom. You won't have to beg her and beg her and beg her before she submits herself to you, including submitting her body to you. In fact, she will be the one chasing you, running after you, my dear. What is happening? It's been a while, and I want, she will be the one asking for this thing. But when you are making it look like that is all that you live for on earth, that is all that you live for in this marriage, then she may get tired. See, we shouldn't forget that intimacy is not just sex alone. Intimacy is also rubbing minds together, knowing each other deeper, bonding, talking, understanding each other, observing each other, knowing what this person likes, what they don't like, what turns them on, or what repels them or put them off. We want to know all of that. Now, some other men will be like, well, if my wife does not complete, I'll go after side chicks. Those ones are easy to get and all of that. Now, if you also go after side chick, don't forget, that means your finances will also get affected. You may also contact diseases. Some people will be like, well, I will use condom. Fine, if you use condom to protect your body, how about the protection of your soul and the protection of your spirit? Will condom also protect your soul and your spirit? Because something you do, and after doing it, you are feeling guilty, your conscience is pricking, you are feeling unclean, you are feeling dirty. Please, of what use is doing such a thing? So I would rather say that maybe you need to sit down, have a talk, heart to heart talk with that woman. Strike a conversation, and let's get to the root or the bottom of what the issues are. Now, I know that there are some women out there that are also very difficult. We have the difficult ones that they just believe that one of the way to punish the man is to deny him of sex. Woman, I want you to know that. See, it's not as if this man does not have the choice. See, it's not everybody that would believe that I must die because of marriage. Marriage is good, and marriage is for a lifetime. See, and for you to really, really do marriage as if you are doing something that will last for a lifetime, you cannot start it with denial, denying husband sex, denying husband food, denying him peace of mind, denying him rest of mind. When you start out like that, the marriage cannot last, because we can predict the end result from the things you are doing currently, from the things you are doing now. So if he's talking, he's complaining, he's letting you know, see, I need you to be enough for me, I need you to do this, to do that. Let's listen. We need to listen to each other as husband and as wife. The women too, don't be too difficult, because when it goes out there, I tell you, you feel the heat as well at home. So let's be reasonable, let's know what we are doing. So young man, it's left for you to assess very well what you're about to go into. I believe that these issues can be resolved with your wife, and I also believe that there is no point also being in a relationship or in a marriage that is not uplifting for you, that is not fulfilling for you, that it's like you don't find fulfillment. It's like life is leaving you gradually. See, maybe you need to reassess your relationship or that marriage, and what the marriage is all about. And see, before you can take a final decision whether to still stay or to look for alternative, you may want to ask if it is your action that led that marriage to that state, to that point of um, breakdown. Because some of us, our actions and our behaviors is what has led that marriage to break down irretrievably. Some of us are, we are careless, we are stubborn, we don't care about others, we only care about self. You focus on self, you don't care about the man, you don't know what his financial struggles are, you don't know what the struggles are in life, you are not helping him, you are not helping her, you don't know what to do to make her happy or what to do to make him happy. You are just there, you are just after me, myself, and I. So long I am fine, I don't care about the other person. Now, when you continue to live like that, I tell you, marriage will be very challenging and very turbulent for you. So let's check our actions, let's check our behavior. What are the things I'm doing in this marriage that is creating storm for my home and for my marriage? Let's ask this big question, because when you know why, you will know how. I like to stop now because I think I've said a lot. So please join us again next week. We are back better. Um, we'll be going live more, and we are going to be having another guest speaker this month at the end of the month. Please stay tuned. We are having more speakers coming to speak to us again this year. I'm excited about that. So please always join us. Like I always say, I remain your host, Malaya. And hope if you are yet subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button. Hope to see you another time. Till then,